Welcome to my video lecture. I am Dr. A.V.L. Murugan, Associate Professor, Department of Mechanical Engineering, Government College of Engineering, Chettikarai. In this video lecture from upcoming semester Thermal Engineering 1, Unit 1, Gas and Steam Power Cycle. Previously, we have discussed about the Module 1, Introduction about the Air Standard Cycle, and Module 2, we have discussed about the Otto cycle or constant volume cycle. From Module 3, we have discussed about the diesel cycle or constant pressure cycle. From this slide, we have the introduction about the constant pressure or diesel cycle. This cycle was introduced by Dr. R. Diesel in the year of 1897. It differs from the Otto cycle in the heat is supplied at constant pressure instead of at constant volume. From this process in the diesel cycle as per the following category, from process 1 and 2, isentropic compression process, from process 2 to 3, constant pressure heat addition process, from the process 3 to 4, isentropic expansion process, from the process 4 to 1, constant volume heat rejection process. From this figure, we have discussed about the gasoline engine and the diesel engine. From the gasoline engine, what is the process is going on? Already I told about you in that module 1. From that gasoline engine, there is a 5-stroke. One is a suction stroke, compression stroke, combustion stroke, expansion stroke, and exhaust stroke. From the suction stroke, that homogeneous mixture is enter to the combustion chamber from the inlet valve, that the air is compressed from the piston is moving from bottom dead center to top dead center from the isentropic compression process. From the end of the compressed stroke, with the help of the spark plug to ignite the molecules, the spark will be quenching the hydrocarbon molecules, the combustion will be started. After the completion of the combustion, that is the piston is goes to the TDC to BDC. After the exhaust stroke will be started, that unburned, that is burned molecules are escaping from the atmosphere with the help of this exhaust valve. From the diesel engine, that is the process is suction, compression, combustion, expansion, and exhaust. From the suction stroke, that atmospheric air is entered to the combustion chamber. From the air is entered to the combustion chamber means that the combustion chamber will be below the atmospheric level. Then only the atmospheric air is entered to the combustion chamber. From the suction stroke, the piston is placed on the TDC to BDC. The air is and the piston is moving from TDC to BDC. Next stroke is the compression stroke. The piston is moving from BDC to TDC. From the end of the compression stroke, with the help of the injector will be injected from the around 200 bar to spray the hydrocarbon molecules, that is a droplet size. From here, there is a high temperature and high pressure air is present. From that, the fuel droplet is quenching on the high pressure and high temperature air means the combustion will be started. That is a self-ignition temperature. What we have tell about mean the injection will be started from the self-ignition temperature. From the next stroke is the combustion will be started. From the combustion stroke, there is a we have different category. One is a ignition delay period, combustion duration, rate of pressure rise, combustion duration. So from next stroke is the expansion stroke. After that, the burned molecules are escaping from the atmosphere with the help of the exhaust valve. From this slide, we have discussed about the PV and TS diagram of diesel cycle. From the PV and TS diagram, from here, the point 1 is represented, then the cylinder is full of air. Let P1 and V1 and T1 be the corresponding pressure, volume, and absolute temperature. The piston then compress the air adiabatically, that is a PV power gamma is equal constant till the values became P2 and V2 and T2. From the process 1 and 2 is isentropic compression process. The piston is moving from bottom dead center to top dead center. That the air is compressed. The temperature, the pressure will be increasing from P1 to P2 from the process 1 and 2. Next process is 2 to 3. That is a heat supplied process, the heat addition process. That is a constant pressure process. From here, the process is the P2 is equal to P3. But in the TS diagram, that is a temperature will be increasing from T2 to T3 from the heat supplied process. Next, from the point 3, but the point 3 is represented from the cutoff ratio. From here, the point 3 is called a point of cutoff ratio. The air is expanded adiabatically to the condition P4, V4, and T4 respectively, corresponding to the point 4. Finally, the air is rejected the heat to the cold body at a constant volume till the point is 1 when it returns in the original state. From process 1 and 2 is isentropic compression process. From this process, the pressure will be increasing. From the process 2 to 3, that is a constant pressure process, that is a heat addition process. Next process is a 3 to 4 isentropic expansion process. From 4 to 1 is a constant volume heat rejection process. From here, V1 by V2 is equal to compression ratio denoted by R, and V3 by V2 is equal to cutoff ratio, that is, sorry, here the rho or RC. Some author will be followed from R suffix C, some author will be followed from rho. Next slide, we have discussed about the analyze the diesel cycle. The suction and exhaust strokes represent the 0 to 1 and 1 and 0 are neglected as in the case of Otto cycle. Here the volume ratio V1 divided by V2 is the compression ratio denoted by R. The volume ratio V3 by V2 is called cutoff ratio. We have tell about the R suffix C or rho. Consider 1 kg of air. Heat supplied at constant pressure is C suffix P T3 minus T2, and heat rejected at constant volume is C suffix V T4 minus T1. Finally, the work done is equal to heat supplied minus heat rejected. From that, heat supplied is M into C suffix P into T3 minus T2 minus M into C suffix V T4 minus T1. That is a constant pressure process from constant volume process divided by heat supplied is MCP T3 minus T2. After we have to simplify this equation, we get the final is 1 minus C suffix V T4 minus T1 divided by C suffix P T3 minus T2. After simplify this equation, 1 minus 1 divided by gamma T4 minus T1 divided by T3 minus T2. From here, Cp divided by Cv is equal to gamma. So that it will be 1 divided by gamma. From Cp by Cv is equal to gamma. Generally, the compression ratio is equal to R is equal to V1 by V2. Now, during the adiabatic compression process from process 1 and let the compression ratio is R is equal to V1 by V2 and the cutoff ratio is equal to V3 by V2. Now, during the adiabatic compression process, that is a process 1 and 2, T2 divided by T1 is equal to V1 divided by V2 power of gamma 1 minus 1. After that, T2 is equal to T1 into R power gamma minus 1. From V1 and V2 is defined as a compression ratio. Next is the considering the constant process of 2 to 3, we have V2 by T2 is equal to V3 by T3. Again, we have to simplified T3 by T2 is equal to V3 by V2, that is equal to rho C. That is a generally I told about it, the cutoff ratio is equal to V3 by V2, that is a volume of cutoff ratio from the point 3 divided by clearance volume. Again, we have to simplify this equation. T3 is equal to cross multiplication, that is a T3 is equal to T2 into rho. T5 after that T3 is equal to T2 is T1 R power gamma minus 1 into rho C. Consider the constant process from 3 to 4, we have T4 is equal to T3 into V3 divided by V4 power of gamma minus 1. From the process of T4, T3, again we have to simplify this equation. T3 is equal to V3 by V2 into V2 by V4. V3 by V2 is equal to rho C. From again we have to try to simplify the equation that T4 is equal to T1 R power of gamma minus 1 and V3 by V2 is equal to rho into power of rho divided by R power of gamma minus 1. Again we have to simplify this equation. T1 equal to rho power gamma. From this diesel cycle efficiency, 1 minus 1 divided by gamma T4 minus T1 divided by T3 minus T2. We have to substitute the values of T4, T1 and T3, T2. Finally, we get the diesel efficiency eta diesel is equal to 1 minus 1 divided by gamma. The T4 value is T1 into rho power gamma minus 1 divided by T3 value is T1 R power gamma minus 1 rho minus T2 is equal to R power gamma minus 1. Again, we have to simplify this equation. 1 minus 1 divided by gamma into rho power of gamma minus 1 divided by R power of gamma minus 1 rho minus R power of gamma minus 1. Again, we have to simplify the equation. The final efficiency of the diesel is 1 minus 1 divided by R power gamma minus 1 rho power gamma minus 1 divided by gamma rho minus 1. Next, we have to discuss about the mean effective pressure. Before we have discussed about the mean effective pressure, for the efficiency of the diesel cycle is different from the Otto cycle. Only the bracketed factor, the factor is always greater than unity, because rho is greater than equal to 1. For given compression ratio, the Otto cycle is more efficient. From the actual diesel actual gas Otto cycle, the compression ratio is from 6 to 10. If you increase the compression ratio, the efficiency also increasing. But in the diesel engine, the compression ratio is 16 to 20. So if you increase the compression ratio, we get the better efficiency. From that, for example, 16 means 16% air and 1% fuel to enter to the combustion chamber. For example, we have to burn the 1 kg of fuel. We need required for 16 kg of oxygen to burn the molecules. Next, we have discussed about the net work of the diesel cycle can be expressed in the given below. The work done is equal to PV as follows: P2 into V3 minus V2 plus work done is happened from the isentropic expansion process and isentropic compression process. Compared to the isentropic expansion process, the work done is more compared to isentropic compression process. So from that isentropic expansion process, that is a P3 V3 minus P4 V4 divided by gamma minus 1 minus P2 V2 minus P1 V1 divided by gamma minus 1. Already the cutoff ratio is equal to V3 by V2. Again, we have to simplify this equation. We take down the V2 from here, common term from the V2. P2 is equal to V2. If you take a V2 taken from separately, means it will be follow from V3 by V2. So already I told about V3 by V2 is a rho minus 1 plus P3 is equal to V3 is for rho into V2 minus V4 is V4 is already I told about V3 is equal to rho V2, and V1 by V2 is equal to compression ratio, but V4 is equal to V1. Finally, we get V4, we have to write R V2. From the V4, we have to change the V4 from R V2 divided by gamma minus 1 minus P2 V2 minus P1, that is a V1, we have to change it from R V2 divided by gamma minus 1. So already I told about you V1 is equal to V4, that from the compression ratio. Finally, we write the V2 is equal to multiply from the P2 from this equation, P2 into rho minus 1 into gamma minus 1 plus rho P3 gamma minus P4 R minus P2 minus P1 R divided by gamma minus 1. Next, we have to simplify this. Again, we have to simplify this equation. Finally, we get V2 is equal to P2 rho minus 1 into gamma minus 1 plus P3 rho minus P4 divided by P3 into R minus P2 into 1 minus P1 divided by P2 into R divided by gamma minus 1. Again, we have to simplify this equation. P2 is taken from here, P2 into V2 gamma rho minus 1 into gamma minus 1 plus rho minus gamma 1 minus power of gamma minus 1 minus R power of 1 minus gamma divided by gamma minus 1. Finally, that is we have to find out the mean effective pressure. P suffix m is equal to P1 V1 R power gamma minus 1 gamma rho C rho minus 1 minus rho power gamma minus 1 divided by gamma minus 1 into V1 into R minus 1 divided by R. Finally, we get the mean effective pressure is P1 is equal to gamma R power gamma rho minus 1 minus R rho gamma rho power gamma minus 1 divided by gamma minus 1 R minus 1. From the problem point of view, we have to using the efficiency of the diesel and the mean effective pressure. Now we have discussed about the problem. Let us consider a standard diesel cycle has compression ratio of 18. The pressure at the beginning of the compression stroke is 1 bar and the temperature is 30 degrees Celsius. The heat supplied is 1800 kilojoules per kg. Determine thermal efficiency, pressure and temperature at salient points, heat rejected. Finally, we find out the mean effective pressure. And also you should assume that the specific heat, the constant pressure 1.005 kilojoules per kilogram Kelvin, and the C suffix V is that is a constant volume 0.719 kilojoules per kilogram Kelvin, and universal gas constant R and gamma suitably. So now we go to the solve the problem. In first of all, you should draw the PV diagram and the TS diagram. Then only you should understand the problem point of view. Usually you have to apply the data and to find out the value. From the problem, the given data is P1 is equal to 1 bar and the T1 temperature is 30 degrees Celsius to convert to Kelvin, and the heat supplied is 1800 kilojoules per kilogram. And also from the problem point of view, the pressure, the compression ratio is given, that is a V1 divided by V2 is equal to V4 by V2 is equal to 18. The constant pressure, that is specific heat, is 1.005 and R is 0.287. The first process is adiabatic compression process from process 1 and 2. From the temperature difference from T2 by T1 is equal to V1 by V2 power of gamma minus 1. From R, that is a compression ratio, R power of gamma minus 1 equal to T2 is equal to R power of gamma minus 1 into T1. You know the compression ratio value, that is 18, and the gamma value, that is 1.4 minus 1, and also you know the T1 temperature 303. Finally, you should find out the T2 temperature is 962.83 Kelvin. Next, you should find out the P2 by P1 is equal to V1 by V2 power of gamma equal to compression ratio power of gamma, R power gamma. Finally, we get the P2 value is equal to R power gamma into P1 equal to 18. That is a compression ratio. You know the value of 18 power of 1.4 into 1. Finally, we should find out the P2 pressure is 57.19 bar. From here, the constant pressure, that is the P2 value is high. Next process is the constant pressure heat addition process. From the heat supplied value, that is a C suffix P into T3 minus T2. You know the heat supply is given to the problem, that is 1800 kilojoules per kilogram. And also the constant pressure, the specific heat is 1.005. From the T3 value, you don't know, you should find, you know the T2 value, that is a 962.83. Based upon this equation, you should find out the T3 value is 2753.87 Kelvin. After that, we should find out the V3 by V2 is equal to T3 by T2 is equal to rho, that is a cutoff ratio. The cutoff ratio is equal to T3 by T2. T3 temperature, you know, T2 temperature, you know. Based upon this T3 by T2, you should find out the cutoff ratio is 2.86. The cutoff ratio is happen on the 0.3. Next, from the process 3 to 4, that is adiabatic expansion process. From the process T3 divided by T4 is equal to V4 by V2 power of gamma minus 1. From here, we have to write that the compression ratio R divided by cutoff ratio rho power of gamma minus 1. That is a T4 is equal to T3 into rho divided by compression ratio R power gamma minus 1. You know the T2 temperature is 2753.87 and the cutoff ratio values, you know, 2.86. The compression ratio value is 18. Finally, we should find the T2 temperature is 1319.41 Kelvin. Again, we should find out the P3 by P4 is equal to V4 divided by V3 power of gamma. Again, we have to change the equation from the compression ratio divided by cutoff ratio R divided by rho power of gamma. From P4 equal to P3 into rho divided by compression ratio power of gamma. You know the pressure value, P3 value is 57.19 and the rho value is 2.87 and the compression ratio is 8 and the power of the gamma is 1.4. Finally, we should find out the P4 pressure is 4.35 bar. The final process is the constant volume heat rejection process. The heat rejection process, that is a constant volume process. From that Otto cycle, we have to that isentropic compression and isentropic expansion is process only for the constant volume. But in here, we have to the constant volume. From the diesel cycle, we have to see about the constant volume is T4 minus T1. That Q, that heat rejection is the constant volume, the specific heat is 0.714 into the T4 temperature is 1319.41 minus T1. Finally, we should find out the heat rejection process. After that, work done is, you know, that is a heat supplied minus heat rejected. The work done value is 1074.28 kilojoules per kilogram. From that efficiency, we should find out the efficiency is equal to work done by heat supplied. The work done is the heat supplied minus heat rejected divided by heat supplied. You know the efficiency is 59.68%. Finally, we should find out the mean effective pressure. The mean effective pressure is P1 into R power gamma into gamma into rho minus 1 minus R power 1 minus gamma into rho power of gamma minus 1 divided by gamma minus 1 into R minus 1. Finally, we have to substitute the values of gamma value, compression ratio value, P1 value. Finally, we get the mean effective pressure is 13.024. So next problem we have discussed about the next problem. The air standard diesel cycle has a compression ratio is the pressure at the compression ratio is 8. The pressure at the beginning of the compression stroke is 1 bar and the temperature is 300 Kelvin. The heat supply is 1800 kilojoules per kilogram. Determine the air standard efficiency and the pressure temperature element mean effective pressure. Here we have to assume that the constant the specific heat is 1.005 kilojoules per kilogram Kelvin or also 0.287. So the previous problem, whatever see the previous problem, the same process, same procedure will be followed from this type of problem. First, if you start the problem in, first of all, you should draw the PV diagram and the TS diagram. After we have to enter the data P1 is equal to 1 for T1 is equal to 300 Kelvin and the heat supply is 1800 kilojoules per kilogram. The one more changes from that parameter is the compression ratio, that is a V1 by V2 is equal to V4 by V2 is equal to 8. The C suffix V is 1.005 and R is value. So based upon this isentropic adiabatic compression process, we have to find out the T2 temperature, P2 temperature. Next process is constant pressure heat addition process. From the heat addition process, that is QSC is equal to C suffix V. Sorry, here we have done some mistake. That is a C suffix P, T3 minus T2 and 1800 kilojoules per heat supplied and constant pressure is 1.005. T3 minus based upon this parameter we should find out the T3 value. After that we should find out the cutoff ratio is V3 by V2 is equal to T3 by T2 is equal to rho. Finally the rho is T3 by T2. You know the T3 temperature and the T2 temperature, and also we should find out the cutoff ratio. Next process is adiabatic expansion process. Based upon the adiabatic expansion process, you should find out the T4 value and the P4 value. The final process is constant volume heat rejection process. Based upon this process, we should find out the heat rejection value. After that, the work done is equal to heat supplied minus heat rejected. Finally, we should find out the work done, and also the efficiency is that is a heat supplied minus heat rejected divided by the heat supply. Finally, we should find out the efficiency is 40.42%. The same procedure followed from the mean effective pressure. The mean effective, you apply the formula for the mean effective pressure, and also to apply, you know, the values of compression ratio, cutoff ratio, and P1 pressure and gamma value. After we have to apply the values, finally we get the mean effective pressure is 9.56 bar. Thank you.